Hi, this is John Pierce from Single Track Analytics, part of the BPCI 360 Analytics team. And today I'd like to show you how to drill down into the Post Acute Provider report to look at individual episodes, to look at lengths of stay and cost of individual patients that are treated by the individual Post Acute Providers that are included in your episodes. So this is the Post Acute Provider Detail Report. You can see a list of post-acute providers. Since this is actual data, we've encrypted the names of the providers, but on your reports you would see an actual name of a SNF here. And I guess the first thing I'm going to do here is filter this down to the providers that we're interested in, just to keep the report from getting too long. So I can do a top 10 filter here, and let's just take the top 5 different post-acute providers, since they're probably the only ones that matter anyway. And then what I want to do is go over to the pivot table field list, and in the episodes table I'm going to grab episode ID, and I'm going to bring that down. Actually, I'm going to grab the unduplicated episode ID, since that is the episode ID in this demo file is a real episode ID, and I want to use the unduplicated episode ID, since it's not going to show the name of the participant. And I want to bring the unduplicated episode ID down and put it under this provider. And what I'm seeing now is each of the individual episodes for this post-acute provider. And what's interesting to do here is to go through and sort this. This looks like it's already sorted, but I'm going to sort it in patient days by largest and smallest. And then, since we're in Excel, I'm going to go over and apply some conditional formatting to this, where I'm going to choose the colored formatting and select it for the bottom of the selection box here for all cells with the patient days values for unduplicated episode ID. And what that's going to do is going to color the length of stay for each patient based on how high or low that length of stay is. So what we can see here is we've got patient lengths of stay for this particular provider ranging from 7 days up to 31 days. Averages are somewhere in the 17 to 14 day range. For this provider, who had 1 patient in there for 72 days, which would bring their average up considerably. That's another reason I don't like to look at the averages here. And we're looking at this these lengths of stay for these providers, and there's not really an awful lot of difference between them other than this one case here. So what we're seeing is that both of the high volume providers seem to have similar lengths of stay for their patients. This isn't always the case. In many cases we'll find that the highest volume provider has a lower length of stay when you look at all of the episodes than the lowest volume provider. In this case, the third highest volume provider, most of these are yellow or orange. Most of these are higher, whereas in these we have a number of green cases. You can see just visually that the average patient in each of these for this provider is staying less time than for this provider. The other thing that's interesting to look at with particularly with SNF cases is that the SNF copay kicks in at 20 days. The 21st day, the patient goes from paying $0 a day to $160 a day. And in some cases, we've found a lot of patients staying for 20 days or 19 days or somewhere right in that realm. And you can see from that the SNF is holding on to the patient, not because the patient needs to be there, but because they want to maximize their own revenue. And that's kind of a red flag when we see that. So hopefully this is helpful in selecting your provider network or communicating with your SNFs and informing them of what you're looking at when you're looking at lengths of stay for patients in your episodes. As always, we appreciate any kind of feedback you give us, and thanks for watching.